Okay, so let's look at this clip, manze. We see what this wise woman is saying. Kuna ile red dot ya recording. Let's see.
The agreement on agriculture that's destroyed all the self-reliance and food sovereignty of people. You know, everyone's talking about the Ukraine war and Russia, but the reason African countries are hungry is because their ability to produce their food was destroyed by the right to dump by Cargill. Cargill wrote the agreement on agriculture, and then the junk food industry, the Pepsis and Cokes and Nestle's, wrote the sanitary and phytosanitary agreement and created the Codex Alimentarius to shut down.
So to give you context, you guys, context. This lady here is talking about the World Health Agreement, which was encompassed. It encompasses issues of food security and health hazards za food na hizo factors za GMO and all that. So they came up with a treaty, and she's claiming that that treaty legalized the dumping of this junk food to African countries. So this is what she's claiming,
to shut down healthy food and pushed the food that gave us illnesses, 75% chronic diseases. This is not a conspiracy. There is evidence that the corporations wrote the rules, then it created the billionaires. Now the billionaires rule the world. And I call them the 1%, not because they're 1%, they're just a handful. And when you ask me, you know, what's the optimism? For me, the optimism is a pathetic group of ignorant, selfish men are not more powerful than all the people who've occupied the palace of the president in Sri Lanka, the farmers who've occupied the streets of Netherlands. People have power. We've been made to think we are inert. We've been made to think nature is inert.
That this agreement was brought about by the corporates who are agriculture and this big business moguls that we know about, the ones who own these big food companies. She's talking about Nestle. She's talking about akina KFC. Mnazijua these big businesses that are across over the world. So they promoted this junk food, which actually it causes 75% of the chronic diseases that we have right now. So diabetes, hypertension, name them, you know them, So these carbohydrate-based diets, that we are centered upon, was an agenda that was pushed by corporates to wapate do. Sasa mimi nauliza kweli, hiyo pesa kwani bado hajamaliza kupata? Because we have this climate crisis that is coming in, Now organic food was like iliachiliwa kando, it was discarded over these junk foods, and now these junk food are processed foods that are not really healthy for us, but hiyo ndio imekuwa encouraged in this health agreements. And now she's saying the effects of this are dire. And it only benefited the 1% of the few people that are part of the 1% wenye wako na do, the corporates. Tunajua. Tunajua. Tunawakubalisha wafanye hizo vitu. Let's see what she says again.
Are not more powerful than all the people who've occupied the palace of the president in Sri Lanka, the farmers who've occupied the streets of Netherlands. People have power. We've been made to think we are inert. We've been made to think nature is inert. And all it is a colonization of our mind. The minute we become free and say, we are part of nature, we are creative, and we are powerful. Powerful in a different way. Powerful in the way of Shakti. Powerful in the way of non-violence.
But she has a point, we are powerful in the sense that we are the ones who elect our leaders. We are the ones who put these people in power. People power is the strongest form of power. Yeah? Unajua, we were made to think that power only resides in institutions and in wealth or in money. But people power is the highest form of power. Yeah? You should kaa ujui unafaa ujue sahi. Because we are the ones who tunapatiana power yetu to these institutions and these corporate bodies to make money. So what are we going to do about it? Since tushajiingiza kwa ime, sini sisi. Yeah? Tumeacha the world to be controlled by 1% of people, whereas we are a collective of individuals who think alike and do alike. It's not that they're better than us, but tumewapatia all the power and we're doing nothing about it. And now it's messing us up because agenda yao was to make profits, and they're doing that, superseding what the effects kwa ground, the drought, calamities that imeleta, famine. There's no food security in Africa, whereas Africa has the most percentage of arable land in the world. Yeah? But sisi ndo hatuna food security. Why? Because our organic foods that we can produce easily in our land ilikuwa sidelined. Yeah? But what are we doing about it as Africans? Tumesikia Moses Kuria anataka kuleta GMO. Yeah? Is this part of a world organization issue? Ama ni sisi tunakuwa incompetent enough to let them rule us and control us? Hii ni modern colonization. Because if we cannot control what our people eat and what our people are able to produce in order to consume, kweli tuko really independent? Kweli? Nyinyi mnaona aje? Juu hapo kuna machamte makuni mingi naziona hapa mingi zinachipuka bana. Tabidi tumeinama buda boss. Ukitaka sharti mvunguni lazima uiname buda boss. Si unajua? And she is coming to challenge us as people to stand up, because we have the power. The power resides with us. The power resides with the people. Yeah? But we are made to think that we are socially engineered to think that we are powerless and we cannot do anything. But we can talk about it. We can start talking about it and see whether we can come up with solutions that are lasting to the problems that we are facing right now. Say kuna climate crisis, bro. A climate crisis. Yeah? But sasa we can't talk about anything because kila msee akona ile perception ya canceling culture. What is the fuck is that, bro? Like literally, kwani how timid have we become as men? Because men should be the ones talking about these issues. We are supposed to be the ones standing up for our societies. But what are we doing? I know what we are doing, yeah? Yeah? I will show you. Ndawaonyesha sahi what we are doing. Instead of standing up to serious social issues like this, people are dying hungry, people are malnutritioned, but nothing is happening. Whereas we have a lot of arable land sitting idle, the post. Watu wako na tracts of land, akina Moi wamejaza maekari 1,000, Buddha boss. Niliona yesterday the Galana project for irrigation project has been privatized. Hiyo ni ile project nani walituambia kina Unye na brother yake Ruto. Walituambia ati the irrigation scheme in will be complete. Mnakumbuka mabuda boss tukibebo hivi kwa maball tukifinywa zikichezea hivi buda boss. Now ako Saul. Sahi ako Saul ati ameenda kuongelelea about technology in agriculture and all that, and he has carried 5 CSs CS watano wameenda huko majuu Seoul, Korea. Coincidentally, when ships are docking in Mombasa, the same fucking day, carrying more than 10,000 bags of maize. Coincidentally. But what are we doing about it? Nothing. Wanaume wamekaa chini buda boss. Kitu wanafikiria tu ni sen na bombo. Yeah? We should do something about it. We can't continue like this buda boss. Nyinyi mnaona tunaweza endelea hivyo? Juu mimi sidhani tutaendelea hivyo. Yeah? She's encouraging us to reverse social engineering, which is a very serious issue right now. The culture that has been propagated, the agenda that has been sold by the major corporates to advance moral degradation so that nobody can stand for anything. We are a group of mindless people walking around being controlled. Mwache ujinga buda boss. Inafaa tunasimama, itabidi tumesimama. Wacha nionyeshe Kenya wanaume wanafanya.
Kushikwa na mimi, kushikwa na corona unakufa. Nagopa